I'm from the Kip Arney School down in Florida. We're up here in North Carolina, right down there in Florida. I would like everybody to come by here and pick up a bolo. If we run out of bolos, then you'll have to use a stick. But come by and pick one up. All right, I want you to get it in your hand and get used to holding the thing. Okay?
Thank you. Getting back. Sure thing. Thank you. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, you're good.
It's very close to everybody. Yeah, try to get the oak ones if they're available. Okay, so we have enough for everybody. That's fortunate. Okay. No. Oh, very good, very good. Our pro might be a little shy on these things. Okay, fortunately, Sifu Victor had his seminar first. He talked about flow, extremely important, okay? This is all about circular motions and everything moving with each other. We want to get away from stopping, okay? The starting and stopping thing is just, it's no good, okay? It's not the right way to train, especially with a bolo. All right, is anybody familiar with Arnis? Raise your hand if you are. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, like this half of the class is. Half the class isn't okay. Fine.
Right down the middle.
All right, well, let me borrow Jonathan here, or actually stand right here for me, please, okay? Arnis has 12 classical strikes in it, and depending on who the teacher is, depends on where these strikes are on the body, okay? We're not going to go into the historical significance of why the strikes are where they are, because we don't have enough time. But they are basically this way. You got a number 1, a number 2, a number 3, a number 4, a number 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, 10 to the head, 11 to the head, 12 can either come up or down, okay? All right. Now, one easy way to remember this is all odd numbers are on your opponent's left side or weak side. All the even numbers are on your opponent's strong side or right side. 5 is neutral. Okay, you go straight in. 5 is neutral. 8 is what we call the conceptual circle, and of course we don't have enough time to get into what that's all about. But as you do 6 and 7, you'll do a circle up to the 8. Okay? All right. All right. Now we're going to use these striking areas to do deflection drills. Okay? All right. Now the purpose of this exercise is to understand, throw me number 1, to understand how to initially get out of the way. Okay? Because then you're going to come back and you're going to end the fight. Okay? Remember, this is an edged weapon. When this touches your opponent, all sorts of horrible things happen, okay? Right? Things stop working, you know, the place gets messy, all right? So you have to have in your mind that this is a fairly brutal aspect of the martial arts, okay? This is not sport. This is actual combat, okay? All right, that's the purpose of the exercise. Okay. The other thing we want to think about is what I call wrist covering. Okay. On your right hand side, all right, this is the most important part of your body. This is the most important part. If you get this area cut anywhere between the wrist and the elbow on the inside, the soft part of your arm, this happens. Right? You no longer have any, you can't close your hand. All right? That's why this is the target area. This is the initial target area to do a disarm. You're literally removing the arm. Okay. Not fighting the weapon, we are fighting the person. Okay? All right. So the covering aspect is you take your left hand, which is not necessarily sacrificial, but if you've got to sacrifice something, it needs to be the outside of your left hand. You'll keep that covered right there on that wrist. You'll keep that covered, okay? And all of these moves that we do, you'll keep these fingers on top of that wrist whenever possible. All right? For instance, Jonathan is going to throw me what we call an inverted 12 coming up without covering. As inverted 12 comes up, very open. Get started again. So inverted 12 comes up, and he's cut. I call this a suicide move. Because once that's cut, he's done for. All right? He comes for a 12 overhead, right? Up, he's done. It's over. Okay? All right. Now, we're also not learning how to do knife fighting with these techniques we're going to learn. Okay? This is flow drill. Learning how to move and do certain things in a flowing manner. All right? All right, the last thing we're going to talk about is open and close deflection. Okay. Weapon in your right hand, standard position. This is standard. This is reverse. We're going to use standard. Okay. This is open. This is closed. Or sometimes called tied and untied. Tied and untied. I'm not sure why those terms are used, but you might hear it called tied and untied. We're going to call it open and closed because it's very obvious. This is open and this is closed. Our ready position will be this way. This left hand will be soft portion inward on your heart. The blade will be edge forward, okay? You can put the back of your hand across the bolo. This is your ready position, okay? Nice short stance of anything that works for you, okay? And this is where we start, okay? I also prefer to keep these fingers closed, okay? It's just less stuff to be hit by an oncoming blade, all right? All right, now, with all that done, we're going to practice a couple of moves, all right? First move we're going to practice is open to close. We're just going to open and close, okay? We want to make big flowing movements like this, right? And we're not stopping. We're not going close, open, close, open. We're just flapping our wings like the crane taking off, right? Flapping our wings, okay? And move your feet a little bit. You know, step around. You can step forward. You can step back. Step to the side. Just move, okay? Open, close, open, close. Keep the edge forward. Edge forward, okay? All right, open, close. Very good. Now, with just your right hand, we're going to make a move that looks like a figure 8. Very quick, like that. Abanico. I'm going to use a lot of this stuff. It's in and out like that. Okay? Flipping motion. As fast as you can go. But slowly it looks like that. Okay? All right? All right? Fast you're going to go in and out. Okay? In and out. In and out. Now, one thing about these training weapons, okay, they're kind of pointy, right? So keep them away from your partner's face. You don't want to be pointing them towards eyes or the nose or the ears or the lips or anything like that because you don't want to hurt anybody, okay? Take this thing and do this. Hit yourself. Hit yourself with it. Make some noise, okay? Hurts, right? Okay, it's solid. It's solid and it hurts, okay? So if you smack someone with this, okay, they get to smack you back, all right? All right, so here you go. All right, so move number 1 is going to be nice and easy. It's going to be a deflecting of a number 1, okay? Jonathan's going to throw me a number 1, which is to my weak side, right? And he's going to follow through. That's how the number 1 looks. So he's going to do it again. He's going to strike and follow through. Okay, this is how number 1 looks. Just like that. All right, everybody just turn around and face someone and alternate a number 1 like this. 1, follow through. The other partner does a 1, follow through. Okay? 1, follow through. 1, follow through. Just do that a couple of times till you get used to doing it. All right? Yeah. Be sure to follow all the way through. Yes, okay? Yeah. All right, everybody got this? This is a fairly simple part. Follow it through. The attacker will do a number one strike. So Jonathan will step up, attack with number one, and follow through, okay? I'm going to do what is called a deflection before the actual by retaliation, okay? He's going to step up. I'm going to deflect it out of the way. Come back, okay? All we're going to do is we're going to practice the deflection of the number one. He's going to step up. I'm going to deflect it, okay? Right? Simple as that, okay? Right? Good. Strike and deflect, okay? Ready? Strike and deflect. Now you may or may not hit. You may get your fingers wrapped. Okay, that's just part of the training. Okay, all right. All right. So proceed. If you need help, you can ask Jonathan. You can ask me. You can ask Mr. David here. All right. Does everybody understand the deflecting? Everybody understands it? Has it in your head what's going on?
Yes, sir.
You're deflecting the move. Supposed to show one head, but you're going to deflect. Okay, that is me setting up my next move, okay? As I deflect him, he's got one of two choices. Because he's closed. He can either come up with an 8, or he can come in with a 6. We're going to do this exercise coming up from an 8, okay? All right, so do that. Come up with the 8, all right? I did it wrong, I'm sorry. Good. Come up with the 8 and cut. Okay? He's done. I'm out of the way. He's done. Okay? Do it nice and slow. Deflect. I'm following that up. He's cut. He's done in. Alright? Now, work this nice and slow so you can feel this. Okay? So you're going to deflect. He's coming in. You're going to catch on the soft side of the arm. And as soon as that makes contact, that's cut. That will fall out of his hand. Hopefully it won't fall out of his hand and stab you in the foot, okay? All right, so one more time. You do a deflect. He's coming up with 8. You pick it up and push it out of the way with the blade, okay? All right, everybody got that?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's give it a try. Okay. There you go. That's right. Here. Yes.
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Let's add one little more piece to this. Okay. All right. We're going to add the finishing move because the idea is you don't want to be fooling around with this stuff. Okay. Right. This needs to end as soon as possible. All right. So he's doing the number 1, deflected, cut, roll it around. Come in and end the fight. All right? That ends the fight, okay? That's what we call a blue line. A blue line is instant. You're done. You're done for, okay? That's the fastest access from that point, okay? There's different access points to end your opponent. With this particular technique, that's the fastest point. So you're going to come through with a 1, deflect, pick up, roll, and come back. It's all one move. So to you, this looks like this. Defense looks like this, okay? Deflect, lift and cut, finish cut, all right? So it's not 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, okay? All right? All right, so add the finishing move to that, okay? Then we'll move on to a variation of this 1-8, okay? Go ahead. Okay. 1-6. I throw him a 1. He deflects. The deflection I have a little bit of control of as my blade is being deflected. It can deflect me this way or it can deflect me this way. Okay? This sets up a number 6 as opposed to a number 8. High or low. Okay? So with the number 6 coming in, I can't go in and jam with the tail end, but the fight's too delicate at this point, right? I need to do this, okay? So I got the 6, and I'm just pointing straight into here, okay? And of course, that's a thrust, okay? But what that does to me is that leaves us wide open. And he can do out and cut, okay? All right? So it's nice and slow. Throw the, no, number one, I deflect, he goes to the 6, and I cut and step back. Actually, step up here, and then turn around this way so you see it, okay? So number one, right, go to the 6, so I can cut and step back this way, okay? Then I'm back in, all right? Once I touch here, I've got the advantage. Now that's not saying you're not going to get hit here on the outside of the arm with his blade. But taking a cut to the outside of your arm is not going to disarm you. If you get cut out here, you will not be able to let go of this thing. It'll be stuck in your hand, okay? So better cut here than here. He's at the disadvantage, okay? So as he comes back with his 6, okay, I'm going to hit the soft part of the wrist, step back, then reinsert, okay? Can't do that, but this is closer. All right? Let's give it a try, okay? Everybody, you see that again? We good?
One more time.
One more time, okay. Okay, so he left the 1, he goes to the 6, I step off the side and cut, okay? Then return. All right? I'm taking advantage of him having to be closed, okay? G number 1 again. Taking advantage of that and coming right in here. Just coming right in here, okay? All right? He still can't get me now. He really can't get me now. If I come right in, he's got no advantage. His arm can't reach me. I got him in the knee, right? He's gone, okay? We don't need to get that close. We're just going for the wrist, okay? So the 1 comes in, deflect, top, cut, stick, okay? We good?
Yes, sir.
All right. That's good. All right. There you go. Just like that. The first most popular way to strike is usually striking high to low, right? Whether it's straight down or straight across, right? The second is thrusting straight in, okay? So from this we'll do a number 5, okay? Now, hang on. Let me get the sleeves rolled up here. Lifting up the sleeves. Okay. Now, he is going to cover this wrist because this is a dangerous position. He knows this is a dangerous position to attack from. He's covering that soft portion, okay? Now, your brain will tell you to way to deflect would be either, go ahead and come in, to do that, not smart, or to do this, which is definitely not smart. That's a bad move right there. What you need to do is you need to cover yourself, come with 5, and you need to do what we call a cram. Cram that thing up in there like that, okay? We might need to practice this a little bit because this is difficult to do, okay? All right, so your attacker will be doing a covered 5 straight in, okay? And the blocker will be doing, it's this position here. If you can shove that elbow into your gut and cover there, you can force yourself in very easily, okay?
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down, yes. Thumbs toward the blade, okay? Blades down, yeah. Okay? So as he comes in with a attack, I'm gonna move in here off the side. I actually got him. I got him between his covered hand and his blade there. All right, so let's try this for a while, okay? All right? Let's get everybody to understand this. Yeah, there you go. Because at this point, fingers and hands start to get in the way of sharp cutting objects, right? All right, this first move is in. I'm blocking here, okay? Reinforcing this, okay? It's actually reinforcing with this hand. It also helps you keep a grip on this, all right? Holding that there keeps your fingers from opening up and the blade falling out of your hand. So holding that part of your hand there keeps your fingers shut, okay? Now your next move is you just grab his top hand, okay? And you have to slide back slightly and pull like so, okay? And you pull him right across the blade, okay? All right, everybody get that?
Say one more, say it again.
Yeah.
This side, let's see if you can see it better this side. So here, I'm grabbing here. I am sliding my whole body back as I pull this and pulling him into the blade, okay? Yeah, because he's got momentum coming at me. I'm using his momentum here, right? Here and then cut. I missed him up here, but I got him down in the lower abdomen as well. So, can everybody see that? You want to see it again?
One more time, please.
From this side?
Yes, sir.
This side. This side?
Yes, sir. Please,
Okay.
sir.
There you go. Okay. Come in nice and slow. Excuse me, I'm getting bombarded here. Okay. Here we go. One. Okay. Grab. I'm going to pull as I lean back slightly, okay? Now that's just pulling him straight into this blade. My blade's already there. It's already in him, okay? If he turns his hand, he might get my outside of my forearm here, but he's also coming forward as I take him out, okay? All right? Try not to stick your opponent in the gut there, okay? Because that will hurt. That will hurt. The fact that you have an edged weapon in your hand means you have already put yourself in harm's way. Okay, you might have to do this in both directions, but you attacks, right? Now, oops. That's really good for not reinforcing. Okay. Now, you need to, if you can, grab in front of your blade, because your blade's going this way. If you're here and you grab across, you can cut your own self. I want you to be aware of that. You might not be able to, depending on where you end up here, right? At this point, I've got his hand cut. There's no way I can grab the front of my blade here, because this ain't going to work. I've tried that. He could resist that for some reason. I don't know quite why. I think it's because of the way his shoulders are twisted, right? So if you have to grab across your blade, you have to make sure your blade turns away from you, okay? You understand that?
Sir, yes, sir.
Because if you're grabbing across an edged weapon, you're putting yourself in harm's way. So if this blade needs to go this way, you can potentially cut yourself if you don't turn that properly. Optimally, you would want to grab in front of it to go that way, okay? Might not always be the case, but that is optimal. So as you're doing this, observe where your hands are in this particular exercise, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
How it is.
Good?
This guy, we flew that. I do look like
All right, let's switch gears here and go to one more exercise, okay? This exercise is from a 1-2 cut, which is, yeah, exactly like that, which is this kind of thing. So I'm really mad at Jonathan coming at him with an edged weapon. I got this 1-2 move here, right? Now, acknowledging the fact that I don't want to hurt him in practice here, so I'm not getting near his neck, okay? But the actual move would be here, okay? Like that, and in, okay? Now, he's going to do a similar move to deflect and counter, okay? Just nice and slow here. So I'm going to do this abanico 1-2. He's going to deflect as I come back. He's just simply going to pick up from his abanico, roll it all the way over, and he's got anything he wants to after that, okay? All right. So the attack is this, and the defense is that. Okay, right? Is that okay? Once you get your open and close, okay? So we'll do another couple of examples from this side, then we'll change to this side, okay? Can y'all see this happening from here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So from 1 to the abanico to 2, picks up, passes, and does a finishing cut wherever he pleases at that point, okay? All right. So the 1, 2, Because I've got momentum here now, okay? That's why this is staying where it is. I've got momentum. I'm still going like that. My arm and my brain's telling my muscles to do that. They're going to keep doing that. They're not going to all of a sudden do something else. They will. That movement will be modified by the fact that he's hitting this blade, okay? All right? It still comes in there. All right? So that's why we practice this piece. Now you're also practicing your attack. So you want to do this as an attack in your mind that you're actually attacking someone, okay? All right, let's do it from this side so we can see, all right? All right. So the 1-2 movement, all right? All right? Is that good? Can y'all see what's going on there? It's good, okay. We'll slow it down a little bit more. The 1, 2. Yeah, if you slow down too much, it gets harder to do. Okay, so 1, 2, okay? All right. All right, folks, I guess we're done with this portion. All right, so when you practice these techniques, remember that when you're on the attacking side, let me borrow you right quick, Jonathan. When you're on the attacking side, let's say you're doing a 1-8, you want to have in your mind that you're attacking with a 1-8, okay? If you're the attacker. Have that in your mind. You want to be practicing attacking, okay? As you're doing the deflecting and passing, you want to have in your mind that you are deflecting and passing to end the fight on your last stroke, okay? You need to have that in your mind as you practice this, okay? Because anytime you practice edged weapon work, you need to be thinking about ending this confrontation, okay? All right? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. We're turn this down.